And that was me for the better part of 4, 5 years. Every single day, pretty much the same thing. Wake up, reach for the phone, watch something through gaming, go to work, come back, go on my PC. And I was just that, on repeat over and over again. It's like I was purposely running away from the things I actually wanted to do and probably should have done, and just sank all of my time into games and just my phone and just wasting it. I imagine you've seen the phrase memento mori, that pops up, pretty consistently throughout social media and in stoicism and what have you. And I think about that, very often on this journey that I'm kind of on and I'm going through, because, I just want to be able to look back and know that I gave it my all, is that I tried my absolute best to have a cool life, to have lived properly, to have done and achieved the things I wanted to achieve. And that's actually one of the many reasons why I now offer coaching, because I want to help you. I want to help you realize that you're capable of so much more and that there's so much more to life for you to enjoy. And whilst we're on the topic of living a good life, there was something that Seneca wrote, and it was about wasting your life. And I think for me, it was a little bit more uncomfortable because it was talking about the now. It wasn't just like memento mori, which speaks only about the very end. What Seneca said refers to this very moment. He actually reiterated that life isn't short. We just waste too much of it. And then at the end of the day, week, month, or year, we're so shocked as to, how it's gone by. But it's us that decides our day to day. Of course, there's, a lot of things we can't help. We have to do certain things on a daily basis, almost a daily basis. And time does fly, but we also have time elsewhere, in the day, in the evenings, on the weekends, on days off, that we can make most of, but we choose not to, because life is long enough if you know how to live it. And he reckoned there's the biggest culprit that we throw our life away is postponing things. It's saying that you'll do it later, saying that you'll do it tomorrow, saying that you're not ready yet, saying that you'll do it when your head is sorted out, saying that you'll do it when you feel better, when you have more confidence. That is the biggest culprit of us throwing our life away. Because when is ready? When is that? How do you know that in that very moment you're going to feel ready to take on life, to take on the next challenge, to ask that girl out? When is ready? Because ready isn't a feeling, it is a decision. Because when you decide to do something, that is when you're ready. Ready doesn't just arrive magically. It doesn't just come to you and say, that's it, you're ready now, off you go. You decide to take the action. Funnily enough, back in the day when all I did was game, I didn't feel like I ever had, no time, because I felt like I had loads of it. Sometimes I was even bored. But now that I look back at it, I just simply gave all my time away. Is having time to yourself, to watch Netflix, play some games, or just doom scroll for a bit fine? Absolutely. We all need it from time to time. But that was something that I was doing to avoid my life, real life, my problems, the things I needed to face head on. It was an escape and a coping mechanism. And, I'm gonna admit, I didn't change my ways because of some grand breakthrough that I had or something that just kind of came to me. It was actually after a breakup. Well, one of many. And the one of many times I got cheated on. And, for some reason, still unknown to me, I decided that all of that was my fault. All of it. Everything that's happened, every single time I got treated badly, every single time I got cheated on, it was all me. I just blamed myself for it all. Maybe I was a little bit harsh with myself at times, but I blame myself nevertheless. But that fire under me and that disgust that I had with myself, that's the thing that got me to where I am today. The realization of the fact that all I did was waste my time and run away from the important things. The realization that I didn't spend a single second working on bettering myself and only my accounts or characters on the game. That's what, pushed me forward. It's basically the feelings of young, angry Dom that, I got as far as I have. That approach has taught me quite a few things, and it's definitely not the most healthy way to approach self-improvement and growing and looking after yourself, working on yourself and all of that. But I don't have a single regret. because if I didn't do those things, I wouldn't be here today. But it was only after I just went for it, that's when things started happening. That's when change happened. I didn't feel that I was ready. I didn't have this magical moment come across me. I just fucking had enough in the moment, and I just went, yeah, let's do it. And it was literally the following day that I started going to the gym with some of my mates who already started going a couple months prior to this. It was the action, and it was just a willingness to just be like, yep, let's go. That's what made the change. So please, forget about postponing your potential and just try. Just go for it. Apply for that role. Start the gym. Start your business. Say what you're thinking. Try to ask to join that team. Go for it, man. Go for it. Because I can well and truly say that the biggest regrets of my life are me thinking that I wish I started things sooner. And it was all because of all those years of me not doing anything. And even I know I shouldn't think that way, but I believe it's always going to be at the back of my mind as to how much further I could be if I started sooner. It is what it is now. I cannot change that, and I accept that now. But those feelings are still going to be there regardless. So I don't want you to feel the same. I don't want you to have those regrets. So just pick the one thing you've been putting off and just do it. Just do it today. Do it badly. Have a go. Make a fool of yourself. And just make a start. Because the only thing you're going to regret is not starting. Because that is how you get your life back. Just one day at a time. You got this, man.